but I've never cooked a steak before, so it's actually really helpful. I feel like steaks are like one of those things you should know how to make a good one for like special occasions. Steak's an absolute classic for those, bro. So good by itself. Chuck it up with some mashed potatoes, some asparagus. Could put in a little pasta, a little Alfredo. Oh, no. So boys gonna learn how to cook some steaks with babish. I've never seen any of his videos, so let's get to shit.
I think I'm going to start with the porterhouse, move on to the New York strip, and then for dessert, the filet mignon.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Steakhouses. We all love them. But did you know that you can make steak at home?
Okay.
It's true. I'm here to show you the best way to prepare
I did know that, actually. Fun fact.
of steak.
Ooh.
So shake up a rock
Ooh,
hard,
why did I say
filthy
tartar?
martini, fire up the grill, because we're about to make some steak, if that wasn't obvious enough by now.
Ooh.
Dirty.
Why did I say tartar, though? Referee. Let's see this. This better be... I saw pasta. I like it. Alright, this better be gas. This probably isn't this video. This food all looks good. Holy shit, I'm fat. All I'm learning for this, I'm fat. Oh my god, let's see it.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
No.
They've supported them to create hilarious favorite part ranked with his brand Squarespace domain. Instantly recognizable steak. Basically just a bone connecting a New York strip and a filet mignon.
Okay.
And I think the best way to cook a porterhouse is to not at all.
What?
He's gonna cut it up.
Porterhouses are dumb. They're overpriced and they connect two very different steaks, a filet mignon and a New
Oh
York
my
strip.
god, I'm so
it's
smart.
pretty hard to nail the doneness for both of these correctly. Leave that for the steakhouses. At home, don't do that. And don't pay for the bone. Bone's
Yeah.
free. Rather than
What,
show you how to
bruh?
make a porterhouse, which we've made plenty of videos on, I'm going to show you the best ways to make a New York strip and a filet separately.
Ooh. Let's see it.
The New York strip.
Yeah, I love me a
Why
good
is it
strip.
called the New York strip?
Not like the best steak of all kind. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I love me a good ribeye a little more. I take a little bottom sirloin. Obviously, I'll take a filet mignon. But it's a solid steak. It's a good steak. Good value for money. Really good by itself. Get some good seasoning. It's good. It's good. Let's see what he's got. Let's see who's got, well, cooking up for us. I'm funny. No, I'm not. I'm not funny. I lied.
I'm asking. I have no idea. And I'm not going to look it up. I left my phone upstairs. Or I mean, in the back in the Uber to come here to Steakhouse. What I do know is that they have a lovely sort of grassy flavor, a firm texture, and they are the quintessential steakhouse experience.
Okay.
This is my favorite one to just pan sear and butter baste. So I'm going to start by generously oiling a cast iron
Holy,
pan.
he boomed that thing
and I
up.
want to heat
Okay.
it up to the point where it is absolutely smoking. We want to sear this guy hot and fast, especially since it's only about an inch thick. Once it's got a great crust on it, we're going to lower the heat, add a big
Set
old
it
hunk of
on
butter,
the fat
a few
cap.
cloves
Wait.
of garlic.
Afraid about overcooking. Set it on the fat cap and put it in. Oh, it's like a reverse sear kind of thing.
I'm
Okay.
going to mop down the steak with the
I've never done this. Obviously, I've never cooked a steak. This thing, I've wanted to try this sometime. This method looks sick. I feel like I'm gonna do this. Absolutely butcher the steak. Fuck that thing up. But I want to try this method. This method looks sick.
butter. Then we're going to move the steak onto a plate.
It's just so cinematic. Oh
hot
my
butter
god, that steak looks so
top
good.
and let it rest for 10 minutes. Our
Okay, how do you know when it's done butter basting
steak
though?
is rested. Before we serve, I'm just going to take this clove of garlic and I'm going to treat the top of the steak almost like
Oh.
a cheese grater. The rough texture just kind of
Oh
shaved
my-
off a good amount of that fried garlic.
Oh my god.
Slice it on the bias.
Wait, that looks so
Doesn't come
gas.
more perfectly cooked than that. Then just give it a pop of color.
Okay.
Parsley on there.
All right, that looks
sprinkled
good.
Salt, a little bit of freshly ground pepper, and sometimes I would drizzle it with olive oil, but we have
Okay,
all this.
we're doing a
beautiful
little too
butter
much
here.
right now. Not gonna
All
lie.
right, a pan-seared, butter-basted New York strip, cooked to a perfect medium
There's
rare.
so much fat on that's my issue. That looks gas though.
It's
That
the
is like a
combination of
perfect
the
medium.
Savory, toasty notes of the brown butter, the richness of the steak. New York strip has a slight grassy note, which the butter just rounds out beautifully. Now, if you ask me,
My palate is not sophisticated enough for this shit. What the hell? I have never eaten a New York strip and thought it had a grassy note, bro. It's just like the same people who sit there, they do their wine tastings, they're like swiveling the glass around, they're like smelling it, you're sipping the wine. I detect faint aromas of, I'm getting some oak wood with a little bit of thyme, a little bit of like a, oh my god, some thyme. Is that, did the farmer who made this actually die of syphilis 32 years after making the line? I'm getting a little hints of that, you know? It's exactly what this sounds like to me, bro. I'm not. I don't think any of this shit I used to think. I was like, good. I guess I'm not locked. I guess I'm just not locked. I'm not. I'm not sophisticated and mature enough to fully appreciate a steak. Apparently.
That is the very best way to make a New York strip. So next up we have
Oh, filet mignon.
tenderloin.
Best
The
steak,
French like
in
to
my
call it
opinion.
Filet mignon. It's filet mignon, but I love you and you're doing great. I'm being told it's pronounced filet mignon. Now, the best ways to make this usually involve searing it super hot, finishing it low, and getting it a nice rosy medium rare as edge to edge as possible. And that's a lovely enough way to consume a filet mignon, but they're almost devoid of fat, which is why you have to cook them medium rare. So my favorite way to utilize this steak is with a preparation as classy as filet mignon itself. That is steak tartare.
Oh,
One raw
Nope, lost me
entrée
there.
in our steak
Nope, lost me there.
extravaganza today.
Lost me
First thing
there.
we have to do is trim off
Nope.
all the fat and connective tissue. There we go. An almost entirely lean piece of beef.
Nope.
I'm going to thinly slice it
Nope,
into
you're ruining a good piece
planks.
of filet mignon. This hurts my
Now,
soul.
I can cut
Is this
these
how
pieces
Italians feel when
into
someone
little
like
strips.
breaks a spaghetti noodle in
Chop
half?
those strips
My soul is
into
dying.
tiny cubes.
If I get
Just
sent
make
to hell,
sure
they're
there
gonna.
aren't any bits
I'm gonna
that
have to
we
watch
miss.
this.
Just
Oh my
gonna give
god.
it
Part of me just died.
once-overs. For
Oh,
the tartare, we need to build a dressing.
It looks so
Often,
vile.
Tartare is served with parsley and capers. And
it looks so. I hate this on like a
onion,
spiritual
on
level.
the side, almost like you would with caviar, and then you make your own little.
I
bites.
hate this
But
on a
I like to
spiritual
make a
level.
dressing with all those.
What the
things,
hell?
Mix it into the beef and then garnish. So
Okay.
I'm gonna finely chop this parsley. About a tablespoon of parsley.
Okay.
A tablespoon of drained
See,
and dried capers. Not super finely chopped. But
What
we
are
don't want whole
capers?
capers
Hold
in it.
up. Referee, what are capers? Tangy, salty, ooh. Ugh, like alls. Nope, nope, nobody goes down there.
I've got
Nope.
about a teaspoon of finely minced shallot. I've got a quarter of a clove of garlic. You don't want to overdo this because it is raw garlic. Little splash
Ooh.
of Worcestershire
Yo, he's
sauce.
losing me at this
About
one, I'm
half
not gonna lie.
teaspoon Of Dijon mustard.
The fuck did you
Now,
use the
earlier I fried
base of
some
the spoon for?
capers,
Yo,
and
he's
what I was
losing
left
me on
with
this
was
one.
Lovely caper oil. So I'm going to add just a little bit of that. We don't want to get things too shiny. And I'm also going to hit it with just a tiny splash of apple cider vinegar. And
He's losing me on this.
quarter
I'm gonna keep it a
teaspoon
buck.
Of anchovy paste.
That's toothpaste.
I like to
You
take
just
the
put
amount of beef that
toothpaste
I
in
have
your
and
beef
look at it
tartare.
and see like how much salt.
Oh,
would I
hell
want on
no.
that, and just add that to the dressing. Some freshly ground black pepper.
This is a
And
crime
just
against
because
humanity.
we're a little
And
shy
that's
on
like,
tools, I'm just going to do this in the deli container to try and mold it
Oh.
into a sort of puck for presentation.
oh, it looks so
I'm going to
ass.
press it evenly down into this deli
Oh,
container.
oh, it's revolting.
Now we're gonna brush our teeth, say our prayers, and hope that this thing comes out.
Oh,
Oh, no. Well,
oh,
we can't do that. Start fresh. Move to a new city. Leave your husband.
oh,
Really press it down
Oh.
in there to try and get a clean,
oh.
sharp.
Oh my god,
puck.
this is.
You want your beef clean
I'm
and sharp.
disgusted.
Beautiful. If you
That doesn't
really
look
want to
any
blast
better.
Things up to 11. Gently top with a raw egg yolk.
I didn't think it could get worse. I didn't think it could get worse. What do you mean you're topping with a raw egg? This is a bottom 5. This is a bottom 5 thing I've ever watched in my life. It's a bottom 5 thing ever created in human history.
Garnish with these crispy
Oh no.
fried capers.
No, no,
with
no.
some pop of parsley.
Oh.
Surround with some definitely homemade bruschetta. And there you have it. Just about the classiest way to consume steak that's ever been conceived by a Frenchman, I assume.
I hate everything in
Let's
my
give it a
life.
shot. Let's bust that egg yolk open.
Oh.
Let's class things up a bit.
Oh.
The best
I can feel the cold, slimy mixture going down my throat. Oh. It's terrible.
steak experiences are those that do not try to cover up or overwhelm the beef, but rather those that highlight.
You're
and
right. They
accent the
fuck
beef.
it up.
And that's exactly what this is. This
Dude,
tastes
you went to your barber to get a nice haircut before they gave you a fucking bowl cut. This is what this is. It's the fucking bowl cut equivalent of cooking. What the hell?
distinctly steak-like. But it has
Oh.
this lovely, funky note coming in from the anchovy and the capers. It has this almost excess richness from the egg yolk, and then it's got this lovely, well-rounded flavor from the shallot and the garlic and the caper oil. It's a really lovely way to experience steak. If you haven't
I'm
tried raw
revolted.
beef before, this is the way to do it. Just be careful out there. There's a lot of weirdos selling beef.
Yeah, like you. You just
Out of their
made
car.
beef tartare. And now you're coming on to me?
Now,
Sirloin,
the
banger.
humble
Okay.
sirloin.
Please cook the
This
steak.
is a very inexpensive,
Please
pretty tasty
cook it.
piece of beef. You could absolutely salt this, hit it on the grill, cook it to medium rare, slice it thin, and have a grand old time. But I think the best way to make sirloin is a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this guy into bite-sized pieces for beef stroganoff. But I'm also
Ooh.
going to utilize the technique of velveting. This is
Oh, okay. He's redeemed himself. He's redeemed himself. Oh my days. Beef stroganoff mentioned. Oh my god. See, instead of feeling like an Italian when like spaghetti gets broken in half, I feel like an Italian anytime pasta gets brought up. Oh my god. Come on.
basically marinating the beef in baking soda. This both tenderizes it and lowers the temperature at which the Maillard reaction occurs, so it browns more quickly.
Maillard reaction is a chemical reaction occurring when amino acids and sugars when heated. Oh, I learned about this in culinary class I took. Yeah, I did jack shit with it, but I learned about it.
Right.
Oh my god,
This
okay.
guy is headed into the fridge for
Okay.
about 45 minutes. You don't want to go any longer than that because otherwise you're going to turn it to mush and it's going to taste weird. So we've thoroughly rinsed off the beef and now I'm thoroughly patting it dry because I want to sear it hot and fast and we want as little moisture
Wait, hold
as
up, you rinsed it with
possible
water?
to do
What?
that.
Okay.
You might notice I'm using a wok, and that's not just because I velveted the beef. Well, it is. I just thought it'd be cool. And it seems like it'd be a great pan to build the sauce in. So
Okay, W, I respect
I hope
that, bro.
that's any of your
I respect
questions.
it.
Got a nice little bit of smoke there. That means that these guys are ready to sear. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we got color.
now he's talking
some
my
nice
language.
color.
Look how
I'm
much
just gonna
better it
brown
looks
on one
cooked,
side
man.
And then finish cooking it in the sauce. You got here some shallot.
Oh my.
I'm gonna grate in some fresh garlic.
Okay.
Let that get a little bit of heat, and then we're deglazing with
Caramelize it a bit. Oh,
a beef stock.
okay.
Scraping all that good stuff off the bottom of the
We're cooking. We're cooking.
Now in a separate pan, I'm going to saute some lovely shiitake mushrooms.
Okay, lost pan mushrooms. That's fine
Water's
though.
boiling,
I'll just
so we can
not use them. That's fine.
Done.
Okay,
Our
pasta
mushrooms are pretty
banger.
much done cooking. I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of dried thyme.
Okay,
because
no
I've got
mushrooms
fried
is
bread.
perfect.
Then over here I have
He's
our
cooking if there's
reducing
no
cooking
mushrooms.
liquid, which I'm going to pour a little bit of over some sour cream.
Oh.
This is going to help temper the sour cream, which will prevent it from splitting when we add it back to the sauce.
Interesting.
Our mushrooms
That's
and
a cool
thyme are ready
technique.
to go, so it's time to mushroom them into thyme. Let's add our beef back to the situation. Glug of soy sauce in there. Worcestershire
Okay.
sauce. Stir this up. Let the beef finish cooking. We'll throw a lid down on this guy and let the residual heat help finish cooking the beef. Our beef has finished cooking through. I've killed the heat, and now, and only now, am I going to add the
Okay,
tempered
I don't hate this. I don't
sour
hate this.
cream.
Again,
And
no
hit it with
mushrooms
a
is perfect,
cornstarch
but that's
slurry,
just a
which
me
should
thing.
help thicken things. There we go.
I also feel like we need a
We got our
sauce.
buttered and salted noodles here. All right, we have our stroganoff beef.
I guess it
Now
kind
all
of
it
does
needs
have a
is little bit
sauce.
of parsley, a few twists of freshly ground black pepper, and just like that, you've got my favorite way to prepare.
Okay, that
sirloin
Loki
steak.
looks it. Okay, he brought it back.
The velveting makes it so tender. It can produce some strange off flavors. You got to make sure that you rinse it, and it doesn't hurt to have a really strong, savory sauce like this to cover up any strange bitterness that might come from the baking powder. If sirloin's on sale,
Oh,
let's have
that
one
Loki
of
looks
it.
gas.
I got
Oh
a
my days.
hamburger you can help right here.
He brought me back around. Oh
Never
my
a
god.
helper.
Flank. This is like a
Flank
really
steak,
cheap cut,
the
right?
steak that sneaks up on you from the side.
W.
Flank steak is, for all intents and purposes, interchangeable with hanger and skirt. These are fibrous, fatty steaks that need to be
I've always
cooked
heard of
hot,
these being used in like
fast,
stews
to
and stuff.
medium rather than
I'll see if he does that. I've always heard of these being used like stews. You cook them like low in slow because of how little fat they have. That if you were to cook them on a pan, they'd just be really tough and tender. I've always heard of this as like if you're making a stew, you get flank steak. We'll see if it's how we use it or not.
medium rare. So you can marinate this, you can grill it, you can slice it thinly on the bias across the fibers. But I think the best use for flank steak is pinwheels. Why pinwheels?
the
Because it
fuck
is
are
an
pinwheels?
ingenious use of the form factor. You can
What
see
the
more
fuck
than any
are
other steak,
pinwheels?
this has very specific, very direct
Okay.
grain. It's also an opportunity
Let
to
'em
get
cook.
some cheese and vegetables
Literally.
and
What
all
the
kinds
hell?
of fun stuff inside of your steak. To butterfly a flank steak, This is a pretty thin one, so it's going to be a little tricky. What we want to first do is trim it so that it is a more perfect rectangle. This side is a little thicker than this side, so I'm going to start cutting in through this side, work my way this way so that we can open it up. This can be our seam.
Okay.
Beef book.
This seems like a lot of work.
Okay.
Ooh,
Daddy
that's
did
cool.
his job, so now we get to eat. I'm laying down some plastic wrap on top of the steak, and I have some thick parts. I got some thin parts. The idea here is I just
Beat
want
your
to make
meat,
it
kids.
even.
Come on.
Now it's time to stuff. So first, we need to season
Oh, wait,
meat
stuff it
with
with-
kosher salt.
Hold
Munster
up.
cheese here.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna
Hold
shove
up, he's
on.
cooking.
And now I've just got some peppers and onions that I've
Okay.
briefly sautéed.
Okay,
Lightly
he's cooking.
seasoned. We want to leave a 1-inch gap at the end. Now let's roll it up tight.
We're cooking right now.
So
I
it's
have
big,
never heard of this
beefy
before. This
stuff.
is sick. What
Make sure
the
that
fuck?
stuff's good and tucked in there. Roll it
Oh
up.
my god, wait, this is actually
Now,
sick. I've
I
never heard
have
of this
some
before.
Lengths of twine to secure
Okay.
each individual pinwheel. Our flank is all tied up. So now all we need is a super sharp knife. We're going to trim off the ends.
Oh,
Get those nice and flat. I think these are just
Oh.
about right in terms of thickness. You don't
Oh,
want
that's sick.
to have these too
dude, it's
thick
like
and
little
have to cook
sushi
them
rolls,
for a
except
really long
unlike
time.
sushi, it's actually
And there you have
good.
it, folks, some frankly storybook
Okay.
steak pinwheels. Next up, can I sear these without all the stuff falling out of them? Find out after this.
Oh my days, this is cinematic. Oh my, it's actually hella. Oh, yo, he has some branded pants. Okay, that's low-key tough. That's low-key tough.
Babish cookware. Checkmate, atheists.
What? That is actually
And
sick.
we're
He has
back.
his own
Can I sear
cookware.
these without stuff
All right.
falling out of them? We'll find out now. So normally you want to sear these on a super hot grill to seal the cheese inside so it doesn't all melt out. But I like to get a nonstick skillet nice and hot and drop them straight in there.
Okay.
The cheese is going to hit the nonstick surface and it's going to almost immediately caramelize like
Ooh.
a cheese frico, and it's going to seal all that cheese inside. Now that we've got the cheese sealed in on both sides, it's time to put these guys in the oven to
Okay, I was
finish
about to say,
them.
hopefully he actually cooks it.
All right.
Not do another beef tartare incident.
Pinwheels have been cooked to a rosy medium.
Oh.
They've experienced minimal cheese loss.
That looks
So there you have
gas.
it, folks. The best way to prepare
Oh, that
flank
looks
steak.
so
It's like a
gas.
self-contained Philly cheesesteak without
Oh.
the fussy bread. Perfectly
Oh my
cooked
god, I
all the
love
way
Philly
through.
cheesesteaks. Oh, that looks so gas.
Cheesy. Pepper,
Oh, that
meat.
looks so good.
The best way to prepare flank steak.
Okay.
Skirt steak. This is an irregularly shaped, fibrous, super fatty cut of beef, which makes
Low-key,
it perfect.
That last one he did, I think it was flank steak. That might be my favorite method he's used so far. I'll keep track. At the end of the day, I'll let y'all know my favorite. That might be my favorite so far, flank steak. Oh, no. That looked amazing.
For marination. We want to cook it hot and fast, and we want to tenderize it. So we're going to put together a marinade that is reminiscent of carne asada. Like most skirt steaks, there is
Ugh,
a
carne asada's
huge
gas. Shout out
difference
Chipotle.
in thicknesses
Oh my
throughout.
God.
So cutting it down into pieces makes it easier
Well, I guess
to
I've
cook each
been to
piece
Mexico and had it there,
properly.
too.
So
It's
now
low-key gas,
onto the
but
marinade. Marinades are really
love me some
something
good
you can just
Chipotle.
eyeball. I'm going to do about a half cup of
Nope.
olive oil, a half cup of soy sauce, the juice of 2 limes, maybe a teaspoon of cumin, about a teaspoon and a half of dried oregano, half teaspoon each garlic and onion powder, paprika,
I'm using
mostly
dried
for
here because
color,
fresh and
a
more likely
little
to burn.
sprinkled cayenne pepper.
See, the thing he
teaspoon
doesn't
and a
tell you about
half of
eyeballing this is
freshly
he's been
ground
doing
black
this for
pepper,
like
and 2
decades. And if you try to
teaspoons
eyeball
of
it, you'll
kosher salt.
absolutely
Whisk
fuck your
combined.
marinade up.
Now, as you can see for marination, I have folded down the top of my zip top bag. That's going to ensure that we don't get meat around the outside edge, prevent cross-contamination.
Wait,
Pour
that's
the
Loki's
marinade over top,
smart. What the hell?
close
Why did I
things
never think of
down,
that?
And give it a little massage to make sure that every piece
Ooh.
is getting evenly coated
Okay.
in the marinade.
He's cooking right
If you
now.
want to be extra safe, place this in a bowl, put it in the fridge for at least 45 minutes up to 3-ish hours. You don't want to over marinate this because it'll start making it mushy, all that acid. So now it's time to grill our steaks using a 2-zone fire. That means having a really hot side of the grill and a cool side of the grill.
That's a
On
thing?
a charcoal grill, that just means piling all the charcoal on one side of the grill.
Huh.
What we're going to do is we're going to sear the steak on both sides on the hot side of the grill, and then put it on the cool side of the grill, cover things up, and let them gently come up to temperature.
Oh, that's
All
smart.
right, so now it's time to
Okay.
slice and serve, and it's essential with skirt steak that you slice it across the grain into thin slices.
Okay.
This is a very tough, very chewy steak. if you don't do that. I wanted to cook this to medium because it is such a fibrous and fat and connective tissue laden steak that I think it's more tender, more juicy at medium than it is at medium rare. So now you can just stop here and just serve this in slices as is, but I want to make a burrito. So I'm going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. We have our grilled tortillas. I'm going to start with a healthy layer of cheese kind of all over the place. Now I'm going to load it up with some Mexican rice.
Oh my, wait, he's
these
balling.
Lovely roasted red peppers and poblanos.
Okay.
And of course, we have our steak.
I feel like that's too much other stuff, not enough steak.
Well, bam.
That ratio is not right. You need more meat.
So great from
you
restaurants.
need more meat, bro.
It's because they
also, no
wrap
beans is diabolical. Hold up. No beans in your burrito? Referee? That's like the quintessential part of the burrito. Get some black beans in there. It's fiber, it's protein, and gas as hell. Oh my god. Come on, brother. Get some canned black beans, drain and put them in. So good.
Steams the inside, gets everything melting. More importantly, it steams the tortilla, so it's not rigid or crumbly or anything like that. So I'm gonna wrap this guy up.
Huh.
So now, also, just to really kick things up a notch, I'm gonna put it on the grill.
Yo, this is way too much work, but we've all.
There it is, my ultimate steak burrito.
Yeah, more steak. It needs more steak, beans.
It's the perfect beef burrito. You could use ground beef, absolutely, but this...
She adds more steak and adds like some black beans or pinto beans. It's gas. The way it is, it's an alright burrito.
To it, both from the marinade.
It's
but
an
also
alright
from
burrito
flame
at this
grilling
point.
it. Like this tastes flame grilled. I don't say this word often. I don't use it lightly. That's burrito-tastic.
Okay. What is
Next up,
this?
we have the Delmonico steak. This is often thought of as a less expensive ribeye.
I've never heard of this.
Sort of section partitioned into different bits, and it's got a similar fat content, almost a similar appearance. So for all intents and purposes, it can be used interchangeably with ribeye. Now, I think the best use for Delmonico is in a cheesesteak. In Philadelphia, they actually thinly slice real ribeye, which is both expensive and very, very difficult to do.
This might be beating out the flank steak. I love me a good Philly cheesesteak. Oh my god, bro. I went to Philadelphia. The cheesesteaks were so good. Dude, I remember we got this like Philly cheesesteak tour. It was like 5 different places. It's like the epitome of gluttony, bro. You went to 5 different places. We're just sitting there on a bus. We'd pull up to the place. The guy would walk inside, grab the cheesesteaks, bring them out to the bus, give us our cheesesteaks. We'd eat them. Didn't even have to get up. Didn't have to move a muscle. And, like, as we were going, they talk about, like, the city of Philadelphia and, like, the history of cheese. Oh, my God. 10 out of 10 experience. It was so good. Philly cheesesteaks are so gas, though. Oh, my God, dude. A good Philly cheesesteak, no onions, not with cheese, with, like, real, like, Swiss cheese is so good. Oh, my God, dude. Get some peppers in there to cut the acidity. Oh, my God. It's so good, dude. Philly cheesesteaks are, like, some of the best food in the world. I don't care. I'll die on that hill.
This is less expensive, has similar qualities, and it's going to be easier to slice thinly.
This might be beating the flank steak.
Place these guys on a sheet of parchment paper and put them in the freezer for 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the power of your freezer. The idea here is we want to get it extremely firm so that we can slice it very, very thinly.
Funky.
And it needs to be not frozen through, but maybe the first centimeter or 2 needs to be damn near frozen. So into the freezer it goes. Now this guy's not fully frozen through, but good and hard. So we can shave it really thin.
What the hell?
One of the keys to a good cheesesteak is very, very thin.
I've never heard of that technique before. That's smart.
This is going to be super tender. It's going to cook very quickly. We're going to be able to get some nice browning on it, and it'll make for a great sandwich. So I want to cook our shaved steak hot and fast. I'm going to use nonstick with just a little bit of fat in it. This is babish nonstick, which is safe to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's perfect for searing.
Cheeky little plug, cheeky little plug.
All right, so
respect
once
the
we got
grind.
some really nice color on the first side, it's time to flip either with a spatula or by going like this.
Oh, aura.
Try to get it sandwich adjacent.
Oh.
Toss a little splash of water in there just to make things steamy, letting the cheese melt. I'm also gonna dress this with mayo.
Nope.
Some
No
folks
mayo.
do it.
No mayo. No
Now,
mayo.
all we gotta do
No peppers?
is shimmy it right out
No peppers?
into our sandwich. And there you have it.
No
The
peppers.
best way to enjoy
That looks so good.
Delmonico steak.
God. Oh, that looks so good. Okay,
Hell yeah, dude.
that might
This
have beaten
steak
that flank steak.
It's nice and tender, super flavorful.
That might have beaten the flank steak
great
for me.
Patty. This is definitely a ribeye stand-in, and you could treat it as a ribeye, but
Oh my. Okay, this beats the flank steak.
few ways finer
Oh
to
my
enjoy
god.
steak than the Philly way.
Oh.
Big piece of fat. Let me just get that. Oh no, it's cheese.
All right, chuck steak.
Not unlike Converse All-Stars, they're inexpensive and hard to eat. This is one of the
What?
least expensive steaks that you can buy, and with good reason. It's not particularly tender.
No.
You're going to have a lot of chewy bits. You're going to have a lot of sinew and connective tissue you're going to have to get through. I really wouldn't recommend cooking this as a straight-up steak. But we can make one of my very favorite steak analogs, steak hache, which is a French dish. It's basically just a burger without a bun, but you prepare it the same way you would a steak, treat it the same way you would a steak, and eat it the same way you would a burger steak. As steak. So what we're going to do is basically just turn this into ground beef. Now to grind it, I'm going to cut it into 1-inch chunks.
So they're just making
roughly.
ground beef.
Then I'm going to freeze those.
I
chunks
have
for
had
about-
burgers that are gas. It's like they used to this place in town that had burgers that were like part like ground beef, part like short rib chuck blend. It was so gas, bro, because the chuck and the short rib had so much fat. Like the juiciest burgers you would ever eat. Oh my god. They were so good, dude. That place had some of those gas burgers. I'm actually sad they shut down. Oh my god, it was so good, dude. I think I'm just fat. I think I just like all food. That's what I'm learning. I think I'm just fat at heart, man.
20 minutes until they're nice and firm around the edges.
I'll forever be a
Look out
fat
for
ass.
this
Oh
stuff. It's
my
very
god,
thin
food is so
membrane,
good.
Silver skin. This does not.
Some
break
people
down
eat to
easily.
live. I live to
Fat
eat,
cuts
baby.
very, very easily. Silver
Oh
skin,
my.
even if you have a wicked sharp knife like this babish 8-inch chef's knife, it's going to slip across it almost because it's so tough. So now this is headed into the freezer for about 20 minutes until firm around the edges but nice and soft in the middle. So in lieu of a meat grinder, we have a food processor. I put the blade in the freezer for at least 30 minutes to prevent smearing. Grab our semi-frozen beef. Should be firm but not completely frozen. Now we're just going to pulse this guy until we got a nice pebbly ground beef.
Smart.
Absolutely beautiful ground beef. So now we're going to form these into steaks. I'm going to grab about 6 ounces per serving, basically like a medium-sized filet mignon. And I'm going to press it into kind of a football shape. And I'm trying to make it nice and thick because this is going to be pretty easy to overcook. And you really want this to be like medium rare, just like the juiciest, fanciest burger you ever had. It's a fork and knife burger. Just a little bit of salt on one side.
A little bit?
Ready for the grill.
I don't know if that's a little
press
bit.
This guy down with beef fat, both to help prevent him from sticking and to add all the beefy flavor.
Oh.
So now we're going to plate this guy up super simple with some whole grain mustard, parsley, and freshly ground black pepper.
Okay, no mustard
There you
looks
have it.
gas.
Steak hache, one of my very favorite beef preparations. It's simple, it's easy, it's
I
inexpensive.
feel like I've had that
It's
before. I feel like I
delicious.
went to Europe and had that, but I
This
don't
is gonna be
remember
like
it.
the fanciest burger you've ever
Which means
had,
it was probably,
so
like,
you gotta
mid.
make it nice and medium
Although
rare.
European food in
At least,
general is
if not
mid.
rare. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. It's the only steak you can eat, nothing but a fork. We'll be right back. Is clear cut. Camp, but boneless short ribs, a
Ooh,
cut normally
ribs.
relegated to the slow and low camp, but it's super flavorful, really well marbled,
Okay.
and actually takes very well to the grill. And I think the best way to prepare short ribs is in a French dip. Like most steaks grilled medium rare, we are salting and resting this uncovered overnight in the fridge. That's going to help it retain moisture and brown up better. We got our grill
French
set up
dip.
to a
I'm not the
super
biggest
hot
French dip guy
2-zone
personally,
fire where we're gonna sear
but I
it
can-
and then move it over to the cool side of the grill.
I'm
until
sure I'd
it's
like a homemade
rosy
one better.
medium rare.
Last one I was from Arby's, so you know.
All right, so with short ribs,
Nothing
there's
too
also a
special.
definite grain.
Oh, look
If
at
I
that
slice
toasted
this
bread.
way, I'll be slicing with the grain. If I slice this way, it'll be against the grain. Now we're gonna shave it really thin, pile it tall and proud, top it with
Add
the
some
cheese.
cheese,
You're
yep.
choosing. Still got some Munster here. Now we're just gonna toss this under the broiler until the cheese is melted and bubbly.
Okay, that looks gas.
Mayo on the bread, top it up.
Again, don't need the
Just a
mayo.
little
Other
bit
than
of
that,
beef
looks
stock that has
gas.
been thickened with a very light roux.
See, the thing
and
is, I'm not the
flavored
biggest
with soy
au jus
sauce.
guy. And that's what kind of ruins it for me. Everyone always says, like, au jus makes a dish. I'm not the biggest au jus guy. So for me, it's just like, meh. It's kind of just mid, you know? I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not the biggest French
There you
dip guy.
have it.
Me personally,
The
just
best
saying.
way to enjoy short
That
ribs,
looks gas,
a
though.
short rib French dip.
I would eat that.
You got to make
It's
sure
not
you
the
cut
biggest
shoulders
French dip guy
very thin and
personally.
across the grain. Otherwise, you're going to be pulling out strips. Cutting
And
it
much
this way
like
makes
a
it
Philly
tender,
cheesesteak kind of
falling
thing.
apart,
Which I acknowledge
juicy,
are
kind
pretty
of dipped
similarly
together.
the same thing.
If you
But
ask
you
me,
know,
if you're not braising it or slow cooking it, this is the
I just
very
don't like
best
au
way
jus, I think,
to
is my
prepare
issue.
short rib.
But there's too much eye contact for me, ref. What is happening? What the? Yo, he's making up cuts of meat.
Maybe the cheapest steak that you
That
can
looks
buy, and it
horrible.
performs as
Why is
such.
it
It's
already
extremely
browned?
Lean and
That
tough.
looks
So the
terrible.
best way to prepare it
Of course, the worst looking steak comes from the UK. All I'm saying. All I'm saying. That looks horrible. What the fuck?
is to marinate it and cook it medium rare. So the classic London broil marinade usually starts with a bunch of soy sauce, about a half cup's worth. I'm just going to add a little bit of balsamic.
Oh,
Some
that
Worcestershire
just
for that
looks.
old world solid state machinery flavor. Bit of ketchup. This
That
is gonna
just
bring
looks,
flavor, sugar, and acid. 2 tablespoons worth. Onion powder, about a half teaspoon's worth. Half teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of paprika. About a quarter teaspoon of cayenne for some nice
Okay.
heat, and maybe like a half teaspoon of ground sage. There's plenty of salt and soy sauce, so we're not going to add too much salt. About a half teaspoon's worth, and some coarsely ground black
Okay.
pepper.
The marinade's kind of cooking.
I'm just going to throw it in a bag to ensure nice, even coverage and massage. Now we're going to let this sit in the fridge for 8 hours or at room temperature for 2 hours.
Huh.
Our London
Okay.
broil has been marinating for about 4 hours now. Blot off the excess marinade because it will burn. And this big bad boy is
Okay.
headed
It's looking
straight out
slightly
onto
better
the
now.
grill.
Okay. Ooh, that's got some color. Maybe a little too much color for my liking. All
Okay,
right.
our London broil is seared and rested. You'll notice that it's got a very strong grain structure, and especially when you have a steak this lean, you need to cut it against the grain.
Okay,
to
makes
tender.
sense.
See, it's lovely and juicy.
Okay, he
and
low-key
between
made
the
it come out
marinade
nice,
and
but he's cutting it in
across the
such
grain,
thin
it's gonna be
slices.
quite tender. Perfectly lovely as is, especially if you served it with like a nice gravy, almost like a Yorkshire pudding situation.
Okay.
But I think the best way to enjoy this London broil is to let it cool completely, put it in the fridge, solidify, cut it into super thin sheets, and then you're gonna have the best homemade roast beef cold cuts you've ever had.
I don't like. I don't like my meat cold. Hot take. Hot take.
Is this where meat hangers come from?
What?
Is that where meat hangers come from?
No, meat hanger, no. Hanger steak. Used to be called a butcher's cut because it was inexpensive and only butchers knew how to cook them. My, how the times have turned. Now they're expensive and very hard to find.
No.
So,
W.
you. It's one of my favorite cuts.
W.
It's usually oblong, so you can cook it to different donenesses for different guests. One of the most flavorful, tender, juiciest.
Interesting.
Cuts, and I think it's absolutely
That's
perfect.
that's a cool
for
point.
steak
I never
foods.
thought of
Now
that.
you could just pan sear these and finish them in
I
the
always
oven,
figure
but
you
I
just
like
cook
to
it
do
to
in the right
undoneness
grill
and tell him to suck it up. Because I'm cooking you steak and you can deal with it.
situation.
That's
So
a
we're
lot
gonna
smarter
sear
way.
them over hot coals and then move them over to the cool side of the grill to finish cooking.
Okay.
Our hanger steak has rested for 10 minutes. It looks gorgeous. Let's see if it's cooked properly. Perfect.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Little
Big
overdone.
old pile of French fries.
Oh, yeah.
And there you have it. a
Little
perfect
steak and
hanger
frites.
Steak frite. I think
Steak
the
frite,
best
that's the
way
one.
to enjoy a hanger steak.
That looks gas. I had something like that in
One of
Belgium.
my very favorite dishes of all time.
Except it was ribs. It
And
was unlimited short ribs and fries for like 20, 30 bucks. It was so good. Oh my god, dude. I think I had like an entire rack's worth, bro. Oh my god. I'm just fat, man. I'm actually just
unquestionably
fat.
the
Oh
best
my
way to
god,
prepare
dude.
a hanger steak.
This would make those fries sound good. I just want food.
Now,
I just
there's
want
a
food,
steak
man.
Guy's kind of steak.
Oh yeah. Give me a good
This is
ribeye.
my personal favorite.
Oh
steak.
yeah.
It's laden with
Oh,
fat. It's full
yeah.
of different flavors and textures throughout. And I think the very best way to cook it is to reverse sear it. But not just any reverse sear. We're going to reverse smoke it. Well,
Ooh.
we're going to reverse smoke sear it. We're going to smoke it and then we're going to sear it. These guys
Ooh,
have been generously
that's
salted
cool.
and then rested uncovered in the fridge overnight. It's going to deeply flavor them, tenderize them, and help
That's
them brown
cool.
better.
I've never
Now,
heard of
the
that
reverse
before.
sear is dependent on getting the steak's internal temperature.
Wonder
to
how
about
much the smoky flavor
110,
will get. I don't
115 degrees Fahrenheit tops. Very
know if I'd want my sirloin to get a smoky flavor is the issue. We'll see, we'll see. I'm sure I'll have some method to do it.
very difficult to feel and intuit. So if you have a temperature probe, now's the time to bust it out.
Oh, look at that caramelization. Oh la
There you
la.
have it, a reverse smoked ribeye. You can see it is rosy red from all the smoke that it picked up on the Traeger. It's hard to tell that it is cooked to medium. We'll see it once we get to the eye. And there you have it, a reverse smoked ribeye, giving a whole new meaning to cowboy steak.
That looks good.
see it's
I feel like
pretty
it might have a
tender
little too much of a
and
smoky
straight
taste for
from
me.
the
I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's beef flare.
Am I tweaking
Buttered
saying
beef.
that?
Normally I like to finish steaks with butter. You'd be doing it a disservice by drowning it in butter.
Huh.
You would be hard pressed to find a better beef experience than this one. And that is the very best way to make a bone-in ribeye.
All right.
Well, that was a whole bunch of fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing all my favorite preparations for every cut of steak.
All right. Well, I think that's the end of the video. God damn. All that did was make me hungry as hell. I'm big backed at heart. I'm probably gonna die of heart failure. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I could. Ooh. All right. Appreciate you guys watching the video with me. Bye. Absolute banger video. Check him out. Absolute banger content. Funny guy too.